Which Wilson do you think teammates hate more, Russ or Zach?
Whoa.
The only confidence that he has came from him f***ing his mom's best friend. Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off. We are doing something a little different today. It's called Going Virtual, bringing us back down to the COVID times. Hey, Jack's
Parodi.
on Zoom.
Hey,
Jack.
Parodi, welcome back
what's going
in.
on, man?
Guess
Over
what?
the screen.
Guess
Hey
what?
guys, what's up?
Guess what
I'm on a
Sunday
fucking
was?
TV.
Hey, Jack, guess what Sunday was?
His birthday.
It was.
Yeah, it was your birthday.
Why would you?
I don't know. Yeah.
Jack, guess what day yesterday was, bro?
Yeah,
it
it
was your birthday. I
It
bet
was
you didn't
my
know that.
birthday.
Bet you didn't know that one, man.
What'd you do for your birthday,
Dude,
Jack?
I went out to the Cal Stanford game with my buddies and my dad on Saturday, and then I went out that night. So I was really hungover on my couch all day watching football. So
That's
pretty good day,
sick.
actually.
That's electric.
That's a
Holy shit.
Parodi day.
That is
That's a Parodi day if I've heard one.
Let's get into it. It's Thanksgiving this week.
Thanksgiving?
Oh my God.
Turkey week?
That's why Parodi's home. He's home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Very
Yeah.
thankful for this podcast and for all you listeners
Very
out there.
thankful for all the fucking listeners.
Yeah, man. It's
and all the
insane.
Discord people who are just like,
Shout out. For
Shooting the
real.
shit with
Couldn't
us.
have done it without you.
yeah, all the people that call me Make-A-Wish kid, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man.
Wait, who calls you that?
When he had his
It
Patrick
was a-
Mahomes
it was-
take.
it was a comment
the
on a Patrick
comments were all
Mahomes.
like, this kid must be
They were like, yo,
Make-A-Wish.
y'all really letting Make-A-Wish kids on the show?
Well,
So I appreciate all the lovers out there, man.
No, but it really is special what we did to let Lipe come on as a Make-A-Wish kid. You know, just to give him that platform and opportunity. It's really something else.
today's media, that's what, a lot
Call
of
them
these kids.
mitzvah doers.
Yeah, mitzvah doers. Hey, good shtick.
That's,
Yeah,
I feel like Adam's a Make-A-Wish kid every time he fucking talks about Tua too. though.
Agreed.
And then Jack brings out the little baby accent.
yeah, well, you know what?
Yeah, Tua.
Yeah, well, yes, you are
Well,
correct.
Tua had
You're-
the same weapons that.
Why
The
the-
DVOA and the QB under
Yeah,
pressure.
fucking DVOA. Do you know-
QBR type shit.
Adam, what does DVOA stand for? What does it stand for?
I think it's defensive value over adjusted.
That makes no sense.
What are we adjusting our nuts?
I have no idea.
Defense adjusted value over average. Wow.
I have no idea what the fuck any of this means, all right? There's so many different stats, but if it says something positive about
You
Tua,
wanna
I'm going to
bring 'em
use
up.
it. I'm going to use it.
That was
fair.
comparing Tua to
Oh.
Patrick Mahomes, right? Part of what we were talking about earlier is that Patrick Mahomes might be the Michael Jordan of football.
Nope. No, it's not a
So
mic.
I want to hear what you have to say
Yeah.
about that.
No,
No,
it's not.
well, first of all, Tua Tagovailoa is. So, like, let's get out of here.
Hey, yeah,
with
if we have
that.
to, if someone needs to be MJ, it's Tua, obviously.
Sure,
But no,
sure.
I will. I came in and I said it that Patrick Mahomes is the Michael Jordan of the NFL, and it's very, very simple as to why it is. Has nothing to do with the accolades. Let's don't go in and be like Jordan's the GOAT. Patrick Mahomes hasn't done anything. I don't want to hear any of this.
has done something.
Yeah, but like
right,
that's
no, you're
what
right, continue.
that's what everyone's counter is going to be. Is like, how are you going to compare Patrick Mahomes to Michael Jordan? Well, I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, tell us.
Because no
Tell me.
matter the
Talk to me.
time, no matter the time in that game yesterday, it was like a minute left. You knew, everyone knew, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs were going to score. It did not matter how much time was there. It could have been 10 seconds, could have been 20 seconds, but no, it was a minute. And you knew that
Well,
Patrick Mahomes was going to score.
Were you, like, this might be recency bias, but were you ever as scared of Tom Brady as you are right now of Patrick Mahomes?
I said that to Lipe. I said Patrick Mahomes possesses something that I don't even think I've seen with Tom Brady, in the sense that, like, it does not matter how much time is left. When Michael Jordan was on the court, it did not matter how much the Bulls were down by. It did not matter how much time was left. You knew this man was going to go get you a bucket. It didn't matter who was in front of him. When it comes down to Patrick Mahomes, it doesn't matter who's in front of him. It doesn't matter the team. So Patrick Mahomes possesses a clutch gene that no one else in the entire NFL possesses, and that's why he's the Michael Jordan of the NFL.
Well,
Aaron Rodgers used to be there,
Yes.
but like
Russ,
now,
maybe?
Mahomes
right
is
now
still
in this
scarier
moment,
than
the other
was
guys,
ever
like
was.
Aaron Rodgers possesses it. He's just not able to utilize it in the same way because he's old and just fucking disgusting now. But in today's game, Patrick Mahomes is the only guy that has it and that can utilize it right now. Like you said, who cares who's on the defensive side of the ball? The only thing he's going against is time. And fuck, he could have 7 seconds. And I don't think the time is a good defender against Mahomes. Mahomes can destroy anybody. But just in terms of bringing it back like 15 years, you mentioned Brady. I don't think I was ever as scared of Brady as I am of Mahomes today. But Peyton Manning I was. And Aaron Rodgers I was for sure. So I think there's a couple guys like that you can compare Mahomes to. You could say Mahomes is greater in terms of just being afraid of those quarterbacks down the line when there's a little bit left and all they need is a field goal or a touchdown. But I would just give those guys a nod up as well because they were scary.
I love this comparison actually because like I just don't think any of like the difference between Patrick Mahomes and every other NFL player is that in football you can't usually just dominate as an individual player. You have to play with your whole team. And yeah, Patrick Mahomes has Travis Kelce, but I would argue that's about it.
Dude,
after that,
Travis
Mahomes
Kelce
just dominates everything. Like, and he has very few other actual threat weapons. And I mean, similar could be said about Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan was the backbone of that team. Sure, he had Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen.
Sure, he had Dennis
he
Rodman, but like, I don't really think that.
Sure, he had two of the greatest players of all time. No, I get your point.
I guess though, but Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, those are guys who obviously Tyreek's not there, but those are guys who are two of the better players, and but it's all running through that MJ.
Is it a better comparison? I think it might be a better comparison to say that Mahomes is more like LeBron.
Nah, because LeBron don't got the clutch.
He's playing with Travis. Hold up. Because he's got Travis Kelce and a bunch of milkmen running around with him right there. And LeBron had who's the second best player on that Cavs team? Timothy Mozgov.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was
if you look at it that way.
That was the first part of his career, the back half of LeBron's career, from D Wade, Bosh, to having Kyrie and Kevin Love, to having guys like AD also there. So like, I think, but also LeBron, and like you said, LeBron is not a clutch guy. Like, and LeBron will tell you that's not his MO.
Yeah.
Like, and that's okay.
He's not Kobe.
Well,
I was gonna say Kobe is
but LeBron's he's not a guy that's gonna go out and hit that last second shot, even though his numbers do actually suggest he's better at that. But like, if you need him to take over in a really important game, God damn it, he's gonna give you 40, 15, and 10. Like, he's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, that's fine.
He might not be the clutch.
Also,
game.
That, I definitely want LeBron taking the last shot in almost every situation. Like he is still like the second greatest, we'll say, player ever, and he's proven over the course of his career that he's super clutch. So I would argue that LeBron is actually a super clutch player. Sure, he's not MJ or even Kobe. He doesn't have that killer.
He's clutching
But I do think that Patrick Mahomes has that dog, that killer, that just he, in a certain situation, will turn it on and get the shit done that he needs to get done and win the game.
I don't think we think of him as like a guy with like a dog mentality just because he sounds so fucking weird when he talks with that froggy ass voice, and like he's just like a very like he keeps himself kind of guy. But then like you look at him on the field and like everything, like when it comes down to the clutch time, he's going crazy. Like we don't see that side of him.
Yeah, I was talking to Adam about that earlier because not only does he have the skill set and just the confidence, but it's the swagger. There's something about watching Patrick Mahomes that's just so much fun. Where like Peyton Manning, you knew he was going to go down the field and score no matter how much time it was. But, like, it was almost like you're watching a great chess player from Russia. Like, it's just boring. Like, Peyton was fun, don't get me wrong, but it's like you know they're going to do it, and cool. Patrick Mahomes has so much swagger when he does it. The fact that he's, like, laughing while he's playing, like, he's having so much fun. Not only him, but Travis Kelce's so much fun. You got to give points. You got to give points for the swagger and the fun and just like they got glitz,
it's
bro.
Here's another basketball comparison. Patrick Mahomes is more like Steph Curry hitting the game-winning shot.
I think Mahomes Curry is
like
a great
you just
example.
know it's going in.
I think it's a great comparison.
He chucks up the shot from 40 feet away, and you know it's going in. And then he goes off and he shimmies, and he's got his light, beautiful eyes, and you're just like, this guy. Yo, Perotti loves that.
Steph. He's MJ. He's Kobe. May he rest in peace. He's everything. Like, I genuinely believe Patrick Mahomes possesses a clutch gene that no one else in today's NFL, 2022, no one else has. And that Jordan-esque confidence that you see with him, no matter the time, no matter the play, he could be at the 1 yard line. Patrick Mahomes is going to go out and get you points. And Justin Herbert, Josh Allen might be close. Burrow, any of these guys, they're all second tier to that.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is far and away the Michael Jordan of the NFL.
Oh, here he goes, Mr.
What's up?
You're forgetting one key guy.
Mitch Trubisky.
That might have that dog in him as well. No, Justin Tucker. Just saying.
Wow.
Okay. All right, we're
actually,
facts. Justin Tucker as a kicker has that. But
Justin Tucker as a kicker has that, but that's very clear.
But it's a kicker.
There's only so much he can do.
That's facts. Well, he does his job very, 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 very well.
He set the NFL record on a game winner. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. But I do also know, like, with this video, so many people are stop the dick riding with Patrick Mahomes. Like, no. Let's hop on. You've been on it. I'm fully on board on it.
Bro,
This dude
I'm
is
so deep on Mahomes' like that shit. I can't get off if I wanted to,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
like
you're
that
right.
shit.
You're in it
that's
to
just
win
past
it.
his uvula, bro. That's like
Dude.
past that little
Oh my
dangly thing in the
God.
back of your
And I'm
throat.
okay with it
It's fine.
because it's like y'all gonna be late. Like y'all are
I'm
gonna
late.
be late.
I was
I've-
late.
Right. Like I've been late to other guys, but I'm not gonna be late on him. Like
That's fine.
I'm not because it's like you see the talent every single game. Like you said, the confidence you have for him to win last second. What he does in the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter, the fourth quarter, the way he was able to throw the ball, the way he's able to run the ball. He's fast as hell. We don't even realize that because
Yeah,
he doesn't need
underrated.
to run. Like, it's fucking stupid.
You know what's funny about him too is that like he can play the shittiest 3 quarters of football. Like we saw him do this last year all the time too, and he looks like ass. And then the fourth quarter comes, you're still like, God damn it, it's this fucking guy
Yeah,
again. He
that's-
comes
that's-
around, he comes back down 17, and you're like, you are scared with a 20-point lead against Mahomes.
Yep.
That's the Kobe Jordan thing though, because he could have
Exactly.
been like 2 for 16 entering the fourth quarter, and you're still scared
But
because you know he's gonna
but
turn
don't
around
let that
eventually.
motherfucker get hot. Like
Yeah.
I want to move on though, because we've been talking about MJ and Mahomes for a while. A couple of guys who who have been putting up the numbers on the record, but not really playing really well, and in fact proved this weekend that they might be the biggest frauds in the NFL. I think the Vikings are huge frauds.
Huge frauds. Huge frauds. If there's any team that doesn't deserve their 8 wins, it's the Minnesota Vikings.
Definitely.
Let's just call it what it is.
Definitely.
The first
Let's call a spade a
team,
spade.
Let's call a spade a spade. You
Yeah,
know, let's
come
put
on.
the proof is in the pudding.
It's in the pudding that we have to call spades spades.
spade. Yeah,
And
like you know what?
exactly.
Like, is anyone shocked that they got fucking booty clapped by the Cowboys like that? Like,
No.
I was not that surprised. I saw the
I
score.
could have seen them getting clapped, but booty clapped. I mean, they were talking stripper-esque
We're
clap.
we're the Cowboys' favorite.
Yeah,
Cowboys were
Cowboys
favorites.
They were
favorite.
favorites.
And every
But it was
single-
by a
2.5,
very little, right?
2.5,
Wasn't it like
2.5.
yeah,
But
it's
every
not a
single
lot.
NFL fan was like,
It was
when
like
we
the
all
Vikings
picked
plus
the
150.
Cowboys. We all picked the Cowboys,
Yeah.
and every single person like, how dare you pick the Cowboys and they're favored? Like, what idiots? Like, no, what intelligent individuals? You know, like I think
they have elite talent. The Vikings don't. All they got is
No, hold
Justin
on.
Jefferson and a bag of chips.
That is not true. The Vikings have a lot of elite talent. But here's the
Who?
problem. Who? Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, TJ Hawkinson.
Dalvin Cook is not the same guy anymore.
on the defensive side of the
Dalvin
ball.
Cook is the same guy. He was averaging just over 4
Yeah.
yards a carry in the first half, and then Kevin O'Connell was like, "I got Cooper Kupp. Let me just go feed Cooper Kupp." And then he was like, "We're on a different team. I forgot about that." They got absolutely railed.
Yeah.
They don't deserve the 8 wins. Continue. What were you saying though?
Well, so all I'm saying is they have talent. But I think it's a two-sided thing. Like, yeah, the Vikings are not an 8-2 team. They weren't an 8-1 team that you think they would be. But at the same time, the Cowboys are still that fucking good.
so
and they
good.
proved that. Like last week, everybody wanted to clown the Cowboys because they lost to the Packers, but I think you have to look at it like they were up by 14 in the fourth quarter. That's the Cowboys. Now, giving up the lead in the end of the game, that's going to happen. Now, obviously, you don't want that to happen in the playoffs, but that's not, the team that is representing like what we're talking about the Cowboys. That's not the Cowboys. This is the Cowboys, a team that can beat an 8-1 team by 37. They're complete on the offensive side of the ball. They can pass, they can run. Dak is finally looking like Dak after the injury, and then the defense looks good. Trayvon Diggs shut down Justin Jefferson. He had 3 catches for 36 yards, I believe. Dalvin Cook had only 11 carries, which I don't know why Kevin O'Connell did that because he was averaging 6.5.
Crazy. Holy
Adam Thielen, I
absurd.
think, had a couple catches. Hawkinson had 1. They scored 3 points. Like a high-powered offense that the Vikings are, they scored 3 points. So I think you have to give credit to the Cowboys. And not only is their offense clicking on all cylinders, but their defense looks absolutely ridiculous.
The Vikings don't deserve their 8 wins for one singular reason. They're the first team in NFL history. Yeah, you like my pointing? They're the first team in NFL history to have more than 8 wins and have a negative point differential. First team in NFL history. So, yes, the 37 points definitely skewed that point differential. But the fact that they have scored less than they've given up and are still 8-2 goes to show that same way last year.
They're winning by just a couple
They're winning
points.
by. You look at the game against
Yeah,
the
I
Saints.
see
If
what
they
you
don't hit
mean.
that field goal, like if they don't hit the field goal, they don't, like there are games where the Vikings last year would lose, and now they're winning this year. So
I want
they're
to
a
hear.
good team.
I want to hear how many points they've been losing by because they did lose. Like they just lost by 37, so that's like a lot.
the
They
Vikings
got-
are a good team.
like
man.
They
That's
got
got-
smoked by both the Cowboys and the Eagles. Like,
That's the
Eagles
thing,
and
right?
Cowboys both killed them.
It's like we've been talking about their wins and like respect. We can't take away from an 8-1 team. They're 8-1. 8 wins is hard to get in the league. You're not gonna get them if you don't deserve them. But
Right.
the two
Win's
games,
a win. You play to win.
right? But the 2 games they've lost, they've gotten absolutely smoked. And so if we look at the schedule, they beat the Bills by 3. They beat the Commanders by 3. They beat the Cardinals by 8. That's quick math. They beat the Dolphins by 8. Right. So those are a couple good wins. But like again, the Saints by 3, the Lions by 4. So they've
Right.
beat
Those are
teams.
bad teams. They're not playing well enough against.
Yeah. Shout out to the dog who just made an appearance on
Yo,
Yeah, you
what's
like the
his
dog?
name?
Hey, Louie.
Louie. That's
His
Louie.
name's
You're
Louis.
right.
Hey,
Hey,
Louie.
Yeah,
If there's ever been a
Louie.
time
Yeah,
to
you
confirm
bitch.
Jack's Italian heritage,
can you
it's
hear him
having their
snort?
dog named Louie.
What kind of
Facts.
dog is he?
That's a Boston
Terrier.
Come on, bro.
Oh,
I know my dogs.
Yo, Felipe just shouted.
Yeah.
Dog knows dogs. I mean,
A
He knows
dog.
his dog.
Dog gotta know dogs. Yeah.
That's right.
know
You gotta
dogs.
know your own,
Dude,
bro.
I want to go back. I was letting y'all like do your whole thing because
Yeah,
it was a
go
little hard
for
to
it.
butt in.
Yo.
But I want to go back what Felipe was saying, like about the Cowboys and all this shit. They're so complete, both sides of the ball. Yeah, so are you telling me that the Cowboys are the best team in the NFL right now, Felipe? Or the best team, not NFL, best team in the NFC?
Yeah. Right now,
I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah,
after week 11.
y'all lost to the Eagles with Cooper Rush. I know, but you still lost.
All right, thanks. You just hedged it for me, so thanks. After week 11, I should say, the Dallas Cowboys are the best team in the NFC, and it's not really that close right now because the Eagles, again, they lost to Washington on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Colts by 17-16. We're talking about the Vikings barely beating teams, so let's talk about the Eagles barely beating teams if we want to do the same things to the Vikings. So the Eagles barely beat the Cowboys when the Cowboys had Cooper Rush. So I believe with Dak Prescott right now, the Cowboys could beat the Eagles by 10 at least, 10-13 at least. I don't think the NFC is close right now. I think it's a one team's at the very top, and they're competing with the Chiefs if we want to go the whole NFL.
No, I disagree with that. I think there's levels to this in the NFC. I truly think it's the Cowboys and the 49ers at the top because I think those two teams can easily beat the Eagles in the playoffs and kill them if they play. It's just they're bad matchups. Then I think you have Eagles and the Vikings in like the same tier, and then it just falls. Like
Okay.
I think there's levels to it.
The top four I agree with for sure. I did forget about your 49ers. I think the 49ers are with
good.
the Eagles. I would put the Cowboys 1 right now just because method of victory, and this is a week-by-week thing, right? The Cowboys go out next week and lose, fine. Right now, after beating the Vikings, who are 8-1, 40-3, I got to give them that upper echelon by themselves at number 1, and I think the Eagles and Vikings are pretty close. The Eagles still won. And the Niners, but the Eagles still won, so we got to give them their credit. And then the Niners,
I think
are winning.
I
as
think
well.
the Niners personally are more well-rounded teams than the Eagles and the fucking Vikings.
All right. Well, right now, if you had to rank the teams in the NFC, you're saying Cowboys are 1, like hands down are 1. Is that what both you guys are saying?
I don't know.
If I had to rank the teams in the NFC right now, I got the Cowboys 1.
Right.
I got the Eagles 2.
Thank God.
I got the Niners 3.
Okay.
And then I got the Vikings 4.
What about 5?
Ooh, see, then the
Who
5
is
is
five?
tough
That's
because
such
No,
a
I think the Eagles are about to get fucking exposed. I'll go Cowboys, Niners, Eagles, Vikings.
I need 5. Who's the 5th team? 4 is weird.
Who is the 5th team? I don't even.
I'd go
7-3.
I got the
Oh,
Bucks.
Seahawks.
I low-key want
Seahawks,
to take the Falcons,
Seahawks.
bro. Like, Falcons low-key been
No,
playing
y'all-
all right.
y'all-
They've been playing okay. Mariota
Seahawks.
looks good, bro. Come on.
What?
They
Mariota
have been.
doesn't look
They have been.
good?
Have you not watched them?
Yeah, I have been watching the Falcons.
They look
but
good.
we're talking about teams that are playing
I'm
bad
gonna take the
teams.
Bucks because of Tom Brady and like they won a Super Bowl 2 years ago. I'll take the Bucks because of pedigree, but I like the Falcons.
Bro,
I
I'll
like
even
what
go
they're
as
doing.
What about
Come on.
What up, Jack?
you guys? Just forgetting about the Seahawks. They're leading the NFC West right now.
Oh,
It might be the Seahawks.
MVG No Smith.
MVG. No Smith. I like that.
You know, I think you're right.
I'll put them 5. I think they're
that.
5.
I think you're right.
Tough.
All right, well then, while we're at it, can we rank the AFC teams? Rank the AFC teams.
The Chiefs
Because-
were dominant yesterday.
Yeah,
Chiefs.
yeah. So the top 5 teams in the AFC, 1 through 5, go Chiefs at 1.
Mm-hmm.
I will stay out of this.
You should stay out of this.
Yeah.
2 Bills. I think the Bills have to be still at
Yeah.
2.
Yo, 3 of them might go Dolphins, bro.
Yeah, I agree. It might be the
I didn't
Dolphins.
say it.
4, bro. The Ravens look so bad, even though they're winning these games. It's like annoying.
No,
as
the
fuck.
Ravens. Stop putting the Ravens in this goddamn conversation, Felipe. They are not that.
They have
good.
3 losses, but they got the same. They got less losses than the Niners, bro.
They
You put the
just
Niners in the
barely
top
squeaked
3.
by Baker. They just barely squeaked by Baker Mayfield. I ain't
kind of
fucking.
agree.
I'm not taking
I
that.
kind
shit.
of agree.
Dude.
No, hold on.
At one point, y'all want to talk about method of victory, and then
no,
on the
no.
next, y'all don't. Like,
No, hold on. Let's clarify. Like, yes, a win is a win. But if we're gonna be nervous, like the same.
Oh, I'm nervous about the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm nervous about the Ravens. Like they're just getting by teams. This whole year has been just getting by.
It's been a lot of that for every
But,
team.
but when we talk about top 5 in the AFC, okay, who else would you put ahead of the Ravens?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. We're trying to
Exactly.
decide. Here.
I
don't
put
know
the
if the-
Titans.
Okay.
Titans
Titans
look
are
good.
better.
The Titans look
That's fine.
good.
Okay, I like the Titans ahead of the
Okay,
Ravens.
so 4 Titans.
And then the Browns with Deshaun. I'll put.
that's fine, but we
like
haven't
a weird
seen it yet.
caveat,
So it's
but-
like I want to do that, but
So
I
it's
haven't
one more
seen it.
week. There's one more week. Week
It's-
12, and then
yeah.
he's back.
So
But
4
bro,
is Titans.
the Bill.
Four's
The
Titans.
Browns are beating
Yes.
the Bills for like half of the game yesterday, and they got Jacoby still there. Like I think if they
I'll
get
go on an
Deshaun,
Amari
yeah,
Cooper rant
holy.
any day. 4 is
He's
Titans,
sick, bro.
and number 5, we either got the Ravens or the Bengals. Who goes number 5?
Ooh.
I think I got to go Ravens.
I think you gotta go.
I'm going to go Ravens
Whoa,
because of the
voice got
organization.
deep.
It's like one of the burps are like
Problem-
coming, but it doesn't come, and you just speak a little deeper. You know?
I think the Bengals are a better team, but right now I'd take the Ravens.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I just don't know
We
what
agree.
I don't know what I'm
I like
getting
that
with-
list. I like how we all agree with
Yeah,
this, though.
yeah,
This is
see?
pretty good.
I mean, like I'm gonna.
I
put
hated the
Dolphins
NFC list.
1.
I hate everything
Okay,
about
that's
it.
fair.
It's yeah.
Oh,
That's
you
like
want the
biased,
G-men?
man.
They lost by 55 to the fucking
Giants won.
Lions.
Yeah, well, that's the Giants need to go 500 and they can make the playoffs. If they don't go 500, that's the Giants.
I'm honored that you still think the Giants have a chance to make the playoffs.
I do. Well,
I
their
think we're gonna
record,
lose
they
everything.
won
says
enough.
they do.
Their last couple games, or the last like part of their schedule was not easy.
Yeah, they
Not
got
great.
tough.
They got
They gotta
the-
play the Eagles twice.
They got the Eagles twice.
Or
We got the
else-
Cowboys on Thursday this week. The
I'll be
Commanders are on the
Commanders
up. We're playing them
twice.
one more time.
Yo, hold up. The Commanders are 6-4.
Yeah, the Commanders
After
look
they
good.
started off 1-5, I believe. That
They-
makes no sense. They started off 1-4. They started off 1-4. Now they're 6-4.
Yeah.
So
They've won 5 of their last 6, I think, right? With Heineke?
they've won. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's
They got
crazy.
sleeve.
I love that they announced yesterday after the game. They're like, yeah, we're not gonna like Heineke's our starter moving forward. We're not going with that bag of Funyuns. Like,
Yeah.
That's right. And they said that word for where they literally
They
said,
said
we're not
Funyuns.
going with that bag of
Funyuns.
Funyuns.
Official
Right.
report.
It was Ron Rivera,
Yeah.
bro. Shout out. Big
gets
Caps off fan. He joined the Discord last week,
Yeah.
actually.
no,
We're
he
talking
gets
shit.
it.
Also,
It's
huge Funyuns guy.
We need to also clarify and understand that the half sleeve, what it's doing, right?
the
Because
sleeve, bro.
Taylor Heineke didn't play.
Don't sleep
great
on the sleeve,
in the
I'm
first
telling you.
half, but he
well,
certainly
he's got the full half sleeve here at the top, then like a couple forearm boys.
Oh,
Like
so technically it's
hey,
like a
Perotti,
full.
when you have a full sleeve, you're going to be dominant on the football field like that, too.
Well, I'm just waiting for my time. I'm just
Brody's
I'm just
already
waiting
dominant,
here for my
bro. You
opportunity.
should see his tape in high school when he had a one-handed catch like across the middle. Shit was nasty, bro. Brody,
Yo, you saw that? That was fucking sick.
I did see that, bro.
Look at his smile.
He loved it. He loved it.
He loved it.
If y'all look up Jack Brody on Huddle, I got 2 highlights in there. There's one of me just blocking this kid who I hated on a
Good form.
opposing team of ours, and I pancaked his ass.
Yeah,
and then there's one of me one-handed across the middle, dive and catch.
Dude,
oh,
and
JV
the
football.
Oh, my
fact that it was
God.
across
And
the
y'all were
middle
like,
makes it that
Justin
much more
Jefferson, is
different.
that you?
I mean,
Oh, my
you know,
God.
Kevin O'Connell would feed Jack. I know that for sure.
All right, can we
But-
move on?
It's
Yeah, I was
honestly,
gonna say, 'cause we're talking about-
it's so sad watching those because I'm like, I'm out there. I feel like I'm quick. I'm like, holy motherfucker, I was slow as shit. Like, wow.
But you look good on tape.
It's tough. to
Wait, hold
watch.
up. Before we move on, though, I want to, since we're talking about dominant teams and we mentioned the NFC, the Eagles, like I said, barely squeaked by the Colts. And Nick Sirianni was like jumping on the benches and like talking to the
That
fans.
moment.
What kind of small energy is that, bro? What the? I give respect to the Eagles because Jalen Hurts and like they're playing well and they've only lost 1, right? Yeah. They're playing well, but dude, Nick Sirianni's the biggest dickhead in the world, bro.
Yeah,
You
I like the
barely
passion
beat
that he's got. Like that's dope. Like, bro, like wow, you should be mad at your team for barely beating the Colts.
Yeah, and he's like
that's
standing
bad.
on that, like as if he like the backup quarterback who just led his team to victory. Like you're the coach, you're supposed to set the example. You barely won, cool.
You know
you're
what
supposed
that
to be
gave?
collected like you've been there before, bro.
That
Pat
Nick
Bev.
Sirianni going up to the stands like that is Patrick Beverly. after
Yeah, the
beating
comparison
Clippers
was
last year.
hilarious.
That is exactly that.
Pat Bev moment.
Yeah, just Nick
A lot
Sirianni,
of
bro.
parallels between basketball and football today.
He's a big.
Who would have thought?
If you would have picked like
Look at that.
an
We're multi-
Eagles head
Look at
coach,
that.
bro.
Would you look at that? Look at that.
If you would have
We're
picked the perfect
multifaceted
Eagles head coach, it would be Nick
individuals
Sirianni because that guy. You know what I mean?
You want to know who sucks?
Can we guess? Maybe like on 3.
I'll give you one guess who's like arguably the worst starting quarterback in the NFL.
Say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I love that we got the Zoom delay.
Yeah, we got
in
the
for
Zoom,
Jack.
a little delay on Perotti, but we like it.
Dude, Zach,
I'm telling you, on my end, I was on time. I was right on it.
Zach
Sure you were.
fucking Wilson. Who do you think you are? You want to know my favorite stat about Zach Wilson leaving Sunday is the New York Jets have more letters in their name than Zach had completions. The
No
New
way.
York Jets have
particular
11.
stat.
Yeah.
The New York Jets have 11 letters.
Oh. I was hoping it would be just Jets, and I was
no,
like,
no.
he didn't have 4 completions.
The New York Jets have 11 letters, and Zach Wilson had 9. So Zach,
Yo,
kick rocks.
there's a stat I saw about the Jets offense in the second half. They averaged less yards per play than like a flaccid
fucking
DB.
penis, bro.
2.77 inches per play.
Exactly. 2.7
Like,
inches.
classic.
That
2.7
I am
inches.
very much I'm like very much pro, like whatever size you got, it's adequate, right? You gotta do what you gotta do with it. 2.77. That's fucking minuscule. That's terrible.
That's
What are
I
the
mean,
Jets
we're
doing
talking
here?
about shrinkage.
Like,
We're talking.
That's insane.
No, yeah, significant shrinkage, Jerry.
Shrinkage, Jerry.
the
It was
and-
shrinkage.
Dude,
and I
you
also
see-
think
yo-
when it comes down to the Jets, like Zach Wilson, I think at this point has officially lost the locker room. You have Sauce Gardner, you have all these players that are speaking out. Sauce Gardner's liking things on Twitter, saying, or just really just liking things, and I think it speaks volumes because this Jets team is a good team,
Dude.
But Zach Wilson is making them the laughing stock in some capacity. They are a good. freaking
Yesterday,
team.
a reporter after the game asked, the defense played super well. Do you feel like you let the defense down? And Zach goes, no.
Scored 3 points.
That was
Bro,
good.
you let the defense down.
I
They
don't
played
even care.
dominant football. The defense was sick yesterday,
Even
and you
if
couldn't
you
do
play-
anything offensively.
Even if you play well, you are going to take responsibility. The biggest thing I see with Zach Wilson is pure insecurity outside of how bad of a quarterback he is. The guy, look at Josh Allen, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, takes full responsibility, played poorly, but still Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and he sat there and was like, that's on me, I got to play better. Even if you had a good game, your responsibility as the quarterback is always going to be about taking, the burden, the poor play on your shoulders. And I've always said this, as a quarterback, your talent is secondary to who you are as a player. Your leadership will always come first. And Zach Wilson's talent, this BYU Pro Day throw that every single Jets fan was like,
Wow.
all swallowing.
Adam did a
Using a straw in a Slurpee. I like that. That was good.
Yeah. See, that throw that every single Jets fan married themselves to say, like, that's the quarterback that he can be. It's like, no, he played at BYU. His best games came against Coastal Carolina and the fucking McDonald team that got on ESPN and faked, whatever that fake team was. I don't even know.
Is it?
Like, Zach Wilson stinks.
Is it time that the Jets just say "F it" and start Joe Flacco? Because I think they'd be better with him.
Mike
Joe Flacco's
White, bro.
got
Mike
more.
White over Joe. Mike White over Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco's got more passing touchdowns than Zach Wilson this year, and he played 3 goddamn games.
Yeah. Nah, Jack, I think
That's OD.
I think
That's
it's
crazy.
time. I think it's time. But what annoyed me after the game too, not only Zach Wilson's press conference, which I can get into as well.
He's putting blame on other people.
Saleh, the head coach, said, "Nah, we're sticking with Zach Wilson." He was asked like 3 different times by 3 different interviewers, "Is it time to move on to a Joe Flacco or Mike White?" And he's like, "Nah, Zach's our quarterback. We're gonna stick with him." But if you're the head coach, you lead by example. You're the guy that everybody's following aside from the quarterback, and we know damn well they ain't following Zach Wilson. So you need to set an example for your team. Bench Zach Wilson because the rest of the team definitely wants you to do that. They're going to stand for you even more if you're the head coach and you're doing that. If you're riding Zach Wilson through this, I'm getting kind of annoyed. Not only that, I hope Saleh's press conference was before Zach, because if I was a head coach and I heard Zach say, like you said, the interviewer was like, yo, like, your defense give up 3 points. Do you feel responsible for the loss? And he said no. Then I'm pissed off as a head coach, and I feel a responsibility to back up my team.
Totally.
Because it's us versus you now.
I understand, though, why you would still ride with him, though, at this point, because it's like, if you bench him right now, that is the end of Zach Wilson.
Nah,
he is not going to play for the Jets.
Yeah, and I'm ready for that.
No, because if you bench him, he loses all of his confidence.
Cool, he
He's
has
never
none.
going to feel comfortable.
The only
doing
confidence
that
that he has came from him f***ing his mom's best friend.
Yeah.
Like this.
That's
the
a
entire,
lot. That's a lot of
It
confidence.
is a lot. It is a lot. But Jets fans were sold a bag of goods to think to themselves that the guy that was just slanging his f***ing D around is the guy who can slang his D on the field, and it's the complete opposite.
Actually, here's a take is that I think that news about Zach Wilson banging his mom's friend is actually the worst thing to happen to him, because everyone forgot about how shitty he played last year, and they're like, "Oh, we love this guy. That's my fucking quarterback. Like, he's got something to him." Maybe he should have never banged his mom's friend. Just stick to girls your age. Stick to your Utah early 20s women. They're pretty beautiful from what I've seen on TikTok. Like, I don't know why he's got to go for moms. Like,
I think I said it to Felipe. I fully agree with that take. That him fucking his mom's best friend completely screwed his entire NFL career because everyone thought he was better than he actually was. And I got some Zach Wilson stats to back up how bad he's actually been. Zach Wilson ranks this season
guy.
out of 33 qualified quarterbacks. Out of 33, there's 32 teams. Has the 33rd best completion percentage. 32nd in passer rating, 31st in passer touchdown to INT ratio, and pass touchdown to attempt ratio. He's 31st. So that's fucking terrible. Take it a step further. Zach Wilson is the Jamarcus Russell of today's NFL.
I disagree with
Adam, what's his DVOA though? I need to know his DVOA.
I don't know, but I'm gonna go out on a
What a
ling and say it's
callback.
pretty bad. But Zach Wilson is the or let me rephrase it. Zach Wilson is the Jamarcus Russell of today's NFL because of this. Jamarcus Russell in his first 20 starts averaged 6.2 yards per attempt, had a 15 to 13 touchdown to INT ratio, and a 70.6 pass rating. Zach Wilson, first 20 starts, 6.3 yards per attempt, 13 to 16 touchdown to INT ratio, and 70.7 pass rating. They both suck.
Yeah, but Jamarcus Russell was way more gifted physically. Like, dude, I don't know his exact metric. I think he was like 6'4", like 250. And I think him with the Jets' talent right now, because he went to such a dysfunctional organization in Oakland at that time, the Raiders, was fucking blue. Like, Al Davis still thought he was like the greatest owner in sports, couldn't do fucking shit, RIP. But Zach Wilson's in a great situation with the Jets. He could be, he doesn't need to be a superhero, but at least leading your team to wins. Like, at least get 15 completions in a game and score a touchdown or two. I think Jamarcus Russell would be better. So I don't even think that's a good comparison.
Here's a question for
You
everyone
think
in the room.
Jamarcus Russell would be better? You think he'd be better?
Yeah.
Jamarcus will be hooping in this fucking
Jesus
with his
fucking
talent.
Christ! Stop.
If he had this
Zach
organization,
Wilson's
he'd be
bad,
better,
but
bro.
He's not Jamarcus.
I got
Russell,
one
bro.
last thing, because the Wilsons are struggling. Which Wilson do you think teammates hate more, Russ or Zach?
Zach.
Whoa.
At least Zach is
I
a
think
cool
Zach.
guy off the field.
No, I disagree.
Zach is a cool guy off the field.
I
like-
think Russ's media persona is not actually what he's like. I'm sure he's a way more pleasant guy than what we think. First of all,
I don't know,
also
y'all-
Russ is like a vet quarterback who's been super successful and can lead a team.
Yes.
So like he is. I think like we give him more shit that I think he deserves as a goofy character. Like he might be a little goofy, but like whatever. I don't think he's as goofy as we think.
I mean, I haven't seen Braxton Berrios posting about Zach in a little bit. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I think
Is he?
Zach. I'll be totally honest. I think Zach is probably also not that cool. Like I think he's like
Zach's
a
a goober.
dweeby,
Yeah.
dweeby Mormon guy.
Zach's a
like
goober.
low key, and
Nah,
he's
bro,
also
he
like
hangs
he's also
out.
a Ken doll, bro. He's like perfect. I
Yeah.
think he was raised super wealthy and like given everything he could have in order to get him into the super successful limelight that he's now
Do
in.
you hate me that I want to say Russ? Like, does it? Because
just don't think it's
because
right.
I think with Russ is like if you're on the Broncos and you trade your entire future for this quarterback who's not performing well, like literally performing terribly, and then doing high knees on the plane and making these danger witches, which everyone knows Subway is gonna fuck up your stomach, like all these things. I kind of
Still out on Subway.
no Subway cookies, fantastic. Subway sandwiches,
facts.
subpar. But if we're like, that's why I think it's Russ. Like if I'm a teammate of Russ, I'm like, this entire team is screwed. This guy stinks. I got to contact his manager in order to just ask him, say happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you taking all my draft picks. But then on the other hand, you got Zach, who if I'm a teammate of Zach, I'm like, all right, well, he's a child. He's 23 years old. I'm justifying it by saying he's an absolute child and needs to grow. And these are problems that have been consistent in Zach's career. So I'm not shocked.
Nah, but if you're 23 years old and if you're a teammate of that quarterback who's 23 years old, you still expect them to be a grown man and take responsibility as a quarterback.
Yeah.
This ain't your first time playing quarterback. You played quarterback through college, through high school, where you get all the hype when you win and you take all the fucking shit when you lose. And that's the way it is playing quarterback. You accept that. And Zach Wilson's not able to do that. So I think as a teammate, I hate that motherfucker that can't accept that. Because you know if the Jets were winning right now, Zach Wilson would be smiling. They're winning, obviously. They lost yesterday. But if he was playing well, he'd be on top of the world right now, and he'd be living that up. But the fact that they're losing, now he wants to get rid of all the responsibility. That pisses me off as a teammate. But yeah, Russell Wilson is corny. If I'm a teammate in Denver, I'm just probably like not paying attention.
I just can't believe yesterday after like someone asked him like, oh, like, do you take responsibility? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, like there's always as a player, there's things that you can do a little bit differently but he's like, at the same time, there's stuff that I wish my receivers would do different. I'm like, bro, it's not your receiver's fault that you're throwing it to fucking a guy on the other team with no one around him. Like, what are you? Did you see that pick that he threw yesterday? It should have been a pick. It got dropped.
Yeah, it
That
was
the worst throw
horrible.
I've ever seen in my life.
Center field, right to
Like-
the safety. The overthrow to Braxton
Yeah.
Berrios in the flat. Oh my God.
All right,
Dude,
I hate to
he-
cut off
and
this
then-
conversation. But we are being told that we need to wrap up. So you want to get into some quick, like, do maybe one or two
Hot take submissions.
hot take submissions?
Moral of the story, they both stink.
They
They
both
do.
f***ing stink.
Zach Wilson, you stink. Russ, you stink.
All right,
both
Felipe,
stink.
give us a couple of our cappers.
All right, couple cappers. I got them during this pod while Jack and Adam were going on a rant. So here's one we can get into real quick. I don't know if anyone's going to agree with this, but I guess it's a hot and technically has a chance of happening. The Jaravius, I hope I said that right. Dingleton.
Dingleberry.
Nice.
Sure. He said the Cowboys will not make the playoffs. So realistically, like that could be true. That could be true.
It
like
could be.
The Eagles could win the division. The Cowboys could lose a few of the next few games.
Bro, you could say that about any team.
Correct.
I think it's crazy.
Yeah, but the thing is like you would think they would be winning the division right now, but the division is so good, so the Eagles are up there. So if other teams can rattle off some wins, the Bucks have won 2 straight. The Vikings are still 8-2. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
Dingleberry, did you see what the Cowboys did to the Vikings yesterday? Sunday? Whenever it was? That's why they're gonna make the playoffs. Bad. No bueno.
OU Eagles. He's done a couple of these. I think he's a capper already. Jalen Hurts is hotter than Jimmy G.
No.
Whoa.
I agree with that.
I'm kind of
Jalen
off.
Hurts is so
I think
hot.
Jimmy-
Jimmy G is that.
No, he's not. He's not. Here's my professional breakdown as probably like the horniest person in the crew. I'd say Jalen Hurts with his light skin, with his blue eyes or like whatever. He's beautiful man to look at, right?
Does he have
But
light
Jimmy,
eyes?
They're not Randall Cobb eyes. Now
it might be
Randall Cobb
Hazel.
eyes.
Jimmy, if you're someone that's like a modeling agent, right? Which guy's gonna get you a cover of a magazine? It's Jimmy. It's James.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I think Jalen
It's
Hurts
not
definitely
Jalen.
could.
No.
I think Jalen Hurts could too.
Why not?
No.
It's just Jimmy's got like the taller, more slender look to him too. Like there's more to
He's
that.
got a jawline that's like killer.
I just think
bad.
you know
It's
what
absurd,
Jimmy
yeah.
Jimmy has that works for him. It's the 5 o'clock shadow with the
Yeah.
Italian tan. Whereas like Jalen, like I think Jalen is definitely a good looking, handsome individual, but Jimmy G
it's
is
1A, 1B. Like,
yeah,
that's-
Jimmy G is a showstopper. Like you put Jimmy's face on something, they're like, wow, that's I would
But
let
also,
that- I would
let's-
sit on his face.
You see
Let's
that
be
video
honest.
of
It also
Jesus.
comes down.
My God, that came.
It comes down to preference too. At the end of the day,
Comes down to preference.
What do you prefer, right?
for sure.
Yeah.
That video though
They're
of the
both
cheerleaders at
super
the
hot.
Warriors game coming over to
Yeah.
him. That was unreal, hilarious.
Nah, Jimmy's hot.
Are the
I just think that
76ers are the Sixers cheerleaders doing that to Jalen?
probably.
Probably they
All
are.
right, so who are the
They're
top
probably
three?
behind the scenes. They're probably all up in his DMs.
Who are the top
low-key,
3
but
best
yeah.
looking guys in the NFL then?
Jimmy G, Jalen Hurts, Christian McCaffrey.
Agreed.
just about to say
Agreed.
that.
I
Yep.
fully agree with that.
Yep.
Done
What
and
about-
done.
Shout out to the Cappers.
Shout out to Cappers. Thank you for the hot takes. Don't forget to join the Discord and submit any more
Submit
hot
more
takes
hot
that you
takes.
got.
Oh,
Go
wait,
check
no,
out our
hey,
socials.
Chase Claypool. Chase
he's
Claypool's
hot,
really
too.
hot
He's
too.
He's
hot.
hot.
He's not.
He's hot.
He's
All
not
right,
in
anyway.
that top 3.
Go check out our socials at Caps Off Pod on Instagram, at Caps Off Podcast on TikTok. Follow the Game Day NFL. Go to the GameDay.shop for any merch. We got Caps Off merch. Felipe is
Facts.
repping. And yeah, I think we'll
Happy
we'll wrap.
Thanksgiving week.
Happy
Remember
Thanksgiving.
Remember
Eat
to
your
write what you're
turkey.
thankful for.
Yeah.
Tell your family what you're
Yo,
thankful
join the Discord and drop what you're thankful for in the group chat, and
Yeah.
we'll talk it out. And I want to hear all the thankful things.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
We love you. What should the Jets do about Zach Wilson? Should they bench him? Should they go to Joe Flacco? Let us know in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, join our Discord, and also go to the GameDay.shop. You can get any of your Caps Off merch and any NFL merch. Happy Thanksgiving.